It's over. Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Come on. Back to the stables, Carl. Stay down. Get him! Does it bother you that we haven't heard a single human sound?
Everything about this place bothers me.
That's better. Ambrosia won't help me here. Ready, go? Run like the wind. This might take a while. Thanks, Gal.
The calm before the storm.
There's only one way into that city. Across the bridge. Through the main gate. Right into the midst of whatever is left of the late King's army. Are you ready for this?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Clive. Go on, then. You'll break your back stuffing all that in your satchel. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. I reckon I can find a buyer. And be thankful you got that much. And how were you gonna carry all that? I reckon I can find a buyer. And be thankful you got that much. You got out else? And how were you gonna carry all that? The stews of
What do I owe the honour? What's saying for you, dear? Anything else?
What the hell happened here?
I dare not think. A stroke of good fortune, perhaps?
I hope you're right.
So do I. That's a behemoth.
Who'd be mad enough to tame such a beast?
Stand back. reward!
Joshua!
Desperate times.
Clive, no!
Trust me. I'm your shield, remember?
This might be a job for Efreet!
Why would you turn to him, brother? When we fight together.
That wasn't too bad. Quickly, before we're cut off for good.
If it is like the others, the entrance to the inner sanctum will be at the foot of the crystal. We're almost there.
This might take a while.
Once we step onto that bridge, we'll be easy targets.
Then we better move quickly.
I don't see any other way.
Finished. All yours, Torgal. Now, Torgal!
Clive.
Of course there's more. There's always fucking more.
All yours, Torgal.
For the Mother Crystal.
This one.
What must this be to grow so big?
You don't want to know. There's no end to them. The whole bloody army's here. Stand back, Joshua. I'm summoning Ifrit.
Stop, Clive! You mustn't. We still have a long way to go. If you tap your strength here, you'll have none left to destroy the heart.
Then you'd rather die? Jill!
She's not alone.
Surprised to see us.
How did you?
Gav. He told us exactly where you'd be. Even sniffed out a crack in the castle wall. And when we saw the heavens come crashing down, we had no choice but to believe him. It's been quite a day.
To what do we owe this honor?
A debt I would see repaid.
Prince Dion. It's good to see you well.
So, this must be Ifrit. Your uncle bade me give you a message. Listen to your heart. Guide your steel true. Your father would expect no less. That is all.
Thank you.
For everything, Your Highness.
Dion, please.
You do realize the only thing we've freed so far is this wall from its foundations, right? Now, if your lord and ladyship's quite finished.
Well said, Gav. We have work to do.
But don't suppose there's out I can say to make it. Nan won't take kindly to losing her best
And we wouldn't want to anger old Nan.
You mean you'll buy some of... I've got some good stuff for yous. Thank you. Welcome to the Big Hammer. You don't want me to make yours out else?
You see, Clive, we're not alone, and ours lies
We fought long and hard for this moment.
We need only endure this final trial.
You all know what it is that awaits us beyond this gate. And we shall face it together.
Aye.
It seems our hosts would rather we remain. I will stay them.
We will stay them. Go!
Just don't keep us waiting.
Thank you.
Welcome, sons of fire.
Joshua! Joshua! Wake up!
Clive, is that you? This isn't stone here.
Welcome to our darkness. A rift between worlds wherein your kind might reflect.
Show yourself!
Grave and many are the sins of man. And we would have you know them, all of them. As fate has seen fit to deliver you home, consider this our welcoming gift.
It would seem we are trapped.
And the only way out is through Ultima. We find him, and we leave.
If you are to comprehend the full extent of your transgressions, we must go back to the beginning. When the world was still young, we visited upon it a miracle, magic, and in its light did all life flourish. Yet the price for this boon would prove heavy. A pall descended upon the land, painting the horizon black as night. Though we labored to forestall its spread, in this one endeavor we stood powerless. And so we fled, that we might endure, that we might discover a means of salvation.
But if it was magic that caused the blight, what of the mother crystals?
I expect he'll tell us soon enough.
Salvation, alas, was not readily to be had. First, we would require a land unvisited by the stain of corruption. An unprecedented journey lay before us, one beyond the limits of our fleshly bodies. And so we cast them off. Thus, stripped to our very spirit, did we find our new paradise. A land as pure as driven snow, Valisthea. there would the true work begin. For the black crept yet behind us. And soon did we arrive at a solution. The illness having spread to every organ, there was but one escape from this fate, to start afresh.
With a new world. The one for which Barnabas labored. A paradise free from the blight where his God awaits. And where, if we only forfeit our wills and abandon everything we hold dear, humanity can join him. So, Ultima would have us follow in the footsteps of the king.
And follow we shall. For now.
To forge a new world would require not only power, but a constitution strong enough to wield it. Acquiring the first would be simple. Untouched by the blight, Valisthea was replete with ether, and we had only to place jewels in her crown to claim it. Acquiring the second, however, demanded creativity. And so I cast forth the seeds of humanity.
You created us.
Is that not what gods do? We sowed the seeds for you, Muthos, all that you might one day blossom. And our future thus secured, we thought to slumber, though that would prove a grave mistake. For it was as we slept that man committed his greatest sin. He awoke. Alone in a world bereft of his God's radiance, he stumbled blindly, desperate for guidance. Finding no light, he sought to kindle his own. And from that single errant impulse was his will born. Having discovered himself at last, man turned his eyes inward and found he desired evermore that which only magic might afford. So wars were waged and brothers slain for custody over that dwindling resource. And the land, she wept tears of black.
He would condemn us for this. Surely he cannot be so blind to his own hypocrisy.
Not blind, just unwilling to admit the truth. But we're one and the same.
Siegfried, or what's left of him.
Long have our ashes lain cold for want of a spark. Cast your eyes upon them and see what you must become. Valisthea cannot endure a second claim upon her being. The avarice of man drives her ever closer to destruction. But she may yet be saved by you. It is what you were born to do, why we nursed you and fed you, as your own mother should have. And now that you are fully grown, our Muthos, it is time at last for you to serve your purpose.
To right your wrongs. If our sin is wanting to survive, then you are as marked by it as we are. The fault is yours. Our wills were born because you abandoned us. And now, you would have us forfeit them. All for a place in your new paradise.
Do you imagine yourselves worthy of one? Mankind has no place in our world. Is this truly so difficult to comprehend? We only ever require you, Muthos, when the time comes to bid this wretched realm farewell. None shall follow, none shall remain.
What do you mean, none?
This is our world. Once the land's rebirth is complete, humanity will have served its purpose. Why would we continue to suffer that which has caused us so much vexation?
Because the land doesn't belong to you. It belongs to us all! What?
That is where you are mistaken. You own nothing but your precious will.
Brother.
I can't do this alone.
And you don't have to.
I grow weary of your dissent. Now you must learn that this master will not tolerate disobedience.
My friends, my family. We have all suffered, all fought to survive. This world may be flawed. It may be broken. But it's all we have. And if we can't share it, I see only one other choice. You have to go.
You may have created us, Ultima. But it's time we lived on our own terms. This isn't your world anymore. It's ours.
Bow down, offenders, hearts disdained. Such foul attaint may not be sublimed through gainstanding. Only with heads hung low is penance paid. Oh, wretched mortals, incapable even of contrition. In fitting season shall we reap. Know your insignificance. Gifted this chance, and still you would raise your hand against the Lord.
What now? The darkness bends. He means to end us.
It wouldn't be the first time. But let's make it his last.
Your fate is inexorable. Surrender the vessel unto the darkness. Surrender it unto us. Kneel before us.
I needed that.
generations have we awaited this moment. Your struggles have made you strong, yet your soul remains heavy with sin. Absolution is nigh. Repent, and all shall be forgiven.
Tell me, Clive, how many lives have you saved since taking my name?
Fewer than we have ruined. Wherever we go, we leave a sea of tears in our wake.
These are the wages of your will, son.
What good are our choices when all they ever bring, all they will ever bring, is death?
There's no atoning, Clive. No matter how hard you try.
So why not leave it all behind?
Leave it all behind.
Please, won't somebody save me? Won't anybody love me?
I yearn, yet still she is not mine. Have I not given enough?
From will is born desire, and it is this which consumes you, rendering you incomplete.
Do you not see how the world bends and warps under the weight of your hungering hearts? What if it could all just go away? Just go away.
Clive! None of this is real. Wake up. It's time to go home, Clive.
Clive.
That's right. You're my brother.
Brother.
remember who you are.
Clive.
Once more, lest you forget.
My name is Clive. Clive Rosfield. Look, Ultima.
Even here, the light of the vessel's will cannot be quenched. And the Phoenix, his trespass should not have been possible. Not possible unless he has been with Muthos all along. The mark of the Phoenix, emblazoned upon his heart, made manifest by the power of will alone. The power of creation. Can it be? Are their wills truly so potent?
Are you still talking?
Damn it, Clive. Wake up.
That hurt.
Sorry to wake you, but I think it may be time to leave. This place.
And once again does my creation stray from the path laid before it. Steeped in conceit, you fancy yourself a god. You embrace Logos. But we will put an end to this hubris.
What are you talking about?
In the halls of origin does our true power quicken. And there shall you be made complete. Soon, Muthos, soon you will discover how little you know of suffering. And so the crystals are no more. Yet in their silence, a new song rings. Its chorus building, a crescendo as it enters its final movement, stirring those long aslumber to waking. And back to their origin.
Bloody crystal's cracked. So where the hell are they? Oh, fuck me.
Is that ether?
What in good Grieger's name is going on?
This is wrong.
Are we back?
Clive! Joshua!
Jill!
Is everyone all right?
We're fine. What happened?
Too much to explain here.
Mate! We're leaving! Now! Everyone, fall back to the ship!
I will be with you anon.
Thank you. I need to tell everyone what happened at Drake's Spine. And I'm going to need Otto's help.
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want? Should last you a good while. So, what'll it be? Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it.
Clive. Go on, then. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Let's not be greedy now. Come again. Or don't. Still alive, are you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
So what do I owe the honor? What do you want? Yeah, that should do you. And how am I meant to do that then?
There's something about it.
Still alive, Oz. Something tells me that I saw on the horizon.
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only...
Right. All hands.
Is this everyone? As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthean records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
the Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canva is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the Cursebreakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the Blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is,
The Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset. Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be, but a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it, it won't be easy. It may take generations, centuries of suffering. And that is if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. Are you certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a... This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything. What is it this time? Something tells me this is no mere adventure.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get it...
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman.
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more... Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many, but the realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. In short, If Storm does not stand to...
But how would one even begin to unite
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed and as luck would have it...
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle. And I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course. But the old goat... You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person...
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at 1. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No, thank you.
Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's... not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's...
His will? How?
In the crypt, beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to and in the process of doing so...
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been...
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when...
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point, and it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives. And even better for her. Bearers with no one to look after them.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to...
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your... And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from... I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going...
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception. But we travel together, and we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best.
Thank you, Sid. There, Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. The thought of him held captive in that...
He must be very important to you.
He was.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of... We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there is...
As do I, Doris.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds is... As you know, the work we do is not easy. Which is why we test every volunteer's suit...
I don't mind, but... why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking... But scouting? We're few with the nose for that. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better...
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
One can never have too many
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his... and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer. Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy.
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom, and it's only right that I return the favor.
You are too kind. Alas, What I ask of you is rather... I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to when. But perhaps it is best that you hear...
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, but this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today.
What do you think happened to...
Sid! You have to help us!
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid...
No! Well, yes.
It's Miss Mididol. Very strange.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there.
In the cloud.
That's what I said.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind.
Not long ago.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really... Oh, don't listen to her. Even if you did...
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together?
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer...
You do that? She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him.
Thanks for the warning.
Miss Shirley says your books made quite an impression on the children.
Has Mididol mentioned a new project yet?
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I...
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I wish to be deployed to...
No. The lands across the... I will not send good men and women to risk their... Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. I was raised, or rather... It was not a place of nurture. We were tortured. Until we feared, and few ever survived long enough.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. But they must be remembered. The Institute was run with military precision. Sid.
You were a good friend, but the fact remains that Ash is...
Sid, please.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. I'll go to Bad Backham.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know.
You can start by telling me where I'll find it.
Vida Grace.
All right.
May the mothers go.
Mid.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will.
To the sky? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings up.
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. Is this really so important that you need to...
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to... It's not fair! The gods get the skies all to themselves, so the Fallen had their chance. But they relied too much on magic, but not me. I've discovered how to do it. Well, almost. First, I need to make a pro...
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise, but if a godfather's offering to lend a... First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordill. Then I'll need some bone, or shell.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse break...
No, they'll know where you might find some.
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well. Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's where.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid clapped that there iron on him to keep it...
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor, doubly hard in being a frost wolf. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone? I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torg. Sorry for making you wait so... Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like...
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, can't you? Glad you've been paying it.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Car...
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have...
Your kindness is appreciated.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you.
Where to then, Torgal?
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen herself.
Clive, my boy.
Hippocrates. There's some... I've been charged with locating a book.
Then you seek a rare gem, one whose name I had not...
Right as always, but she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't...
And yet I gather it did. Clive, if the... I fear she asks the impossible.
The Executor?
Coveters of Secret, a clandestine organization committed to the one such text being the tome Vivian seeks, a tale which could overturn the established order, or so rumor has it.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why? Secrecy. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp.
By the hand of the Executor.
But what drives them?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the you may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the...
And my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from...
Not from thin air, no. Rumors of the Executors are rife, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend, well, I had a friend, in the village of Garnick. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the... But, though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy, if you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book...
Very well. When I next find myself, I'll be sure to pay Garnick. All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... you've already given me one. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us a...
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project.
Most bones are the same. If it's durability you're looking for...
I do. And I know to give them all. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour, but don't expect to make quick work of the bastard.
I'll keep that in mind. It's still here. Lots smaller than I remember, and you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being silly.
I doubt that boat will hold us.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed. Oh, the rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal, for never giving up, for never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past back, but without it, we wouldn't be who we are today, and we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light.
You're really going to go through with this then?
I am. But before I go...
If it's within my power to help you...
It's the children. I refuse, and if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them... I can think of only one place where they are certain to...
Of course. The children...
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget...
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy. A damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has...
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite... We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover... Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find... Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate...
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. You have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a...
What do you want?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood. Out at the camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been... They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you the...
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading... You may believe his lies, my lord.
But why would he lie about something like...
Some twisted attempt at revenge. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been a great honor for one of his... One he might well feel aggrieved at...
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but Lubor cannot be trusted, and...
You may not trust me. But for the sake of your... If there is any chance that this is true...
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
They're coming.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the account. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can... Bloody fools! Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support, but I can. If there's anything I can do to help, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda! I've been looking for you
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need, and Lubor is in need at this very moment.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run! Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go on!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Go on! Go!
Just go.
Lubor, wait. Someone's coming. Go.
Come on!
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you, ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist!
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of The place had been abandoned until the League of Outlaws decided to make it. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct,
They are mindless monsters, driven only by... With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they will... When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the... The town guard will muster at the north gate. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word, and as soon as it has been, we will Conrad, Can I count on the support of...
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers and the command of our men in yours, Ferda.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the and tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything as long as we survive. It doesn't matter what trinkets our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss...
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most peril? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Out. Main host is most likely still there. And Dalamil will not...
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it.
Looks like everyone's ready.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside? We can't leave a single one alive. The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalamil and see how...
All the Akashic we were able to... Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubo, sit.
Clive!
It's done. Root.
I knew you would...
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, The horde has been driven back, and we need not fear the arrival of... Victory is ours.
We bloody did.
We saved...
Lubor, allow me. After all you have done for this town...
But we did. And for that, we only hope that you can
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil. So, if you would still like to...
You do remember that I'm a bear?
We do. But that is not a stain. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived.
I see. But I will only accept your...
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to... If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership... Unity is the key to defending Dalimil. When that time comes, I will expect us all to...
Of course. You have...
And you will accept that if I am the mistreatment of bearers must, any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same. They will not be judged by what they are.
As we failed to do.
We agree to your conditions. And we...
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. How fickle. Not so long ago I had resigned myself, and now, here.
Lubo.
Fear not, you are of course relieved. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will, and not just the children.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work.
Here we are again. Karava. If you were a tortoise, Torgal, where would you hide? You deserve a rest. It looks like we found him. Let's try. Better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Your Grace, my lord.
Cyril,
you found a letter? Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my...
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned...
The day before we left for Phoenix.
What are these plans? His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father in the complete emancipation. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care, with the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins. Archduke El...
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see, small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not? Nor would he have entrusted his vision. Those who would have stood with you, shielded you from them.
It's a pity only they are still...
'Tis true that those most loyal, but one at least remains.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she, after all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor, extended only to...
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Lord Marquis?
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait. He sent an owl some while ago.
Was he surveying another fault?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult, an ancient religion that, by gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn...
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? I can't...
Fully cognizant of the... I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order. Though he has been silent for some days now, yet it seemed only right to inform. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do.
But Ash is a big place.
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him, Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the... If aught ill befell it.
Right.
You are much too kind. Go then, with my hopes. And may the firebird...
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first. Shall we?
My lord. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with...
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service.
I merely did my duty.
My lady, perhaps you could what exactly is the gift?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children.
Indeed it has.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Alas, he did not live. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which he... But it was not to be.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them. It was your father's wish that you be presented, but with his grace long since gone, and the stone left. You are grown men now. And while I would not presume to insist upon, I know that nothing would have...
Thank you.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady.
Oh, I am much...
But do you know where we might find this heart?
I do. Though it may be a matter of... It is found in the bellies of Elder Griff. We do at least know where to find one. A certain... You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. Were you to slay it in his stead, as meant...
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Eyes peeled, Joshua. Straight home now.
There it is. For House Rosfield.
You're finished!
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Godotha.
No.
Thank the griffin is slain.
And the Heartstone clay.
Yes. This radiant luster light. Thank you, my lord. Your father would...
Lady Godotha.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone The armbands are prey. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet. And the graven vines encircling this...
It's a message. For enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together. As Phoenix and Shield.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the time, but this was more than just... It was a promise.
Thank you for remaining the steadfast custodian.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the Duke, even if the armbands were incomplete. She would surely not have... So, how were you able to...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father of the deep love he had for both of you. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had... I tried to warn your father, but it was... When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the... And so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of...
As do I.
Thank you, my lord, for coming back to us.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive.
It is. And we thank you.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, let him see that you have received his blessing.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. Since the day we recovered it from... I prithee, claim it. For it too, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in you.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Well met. That was the last of my stock. Farewell.
Do you see that too?
There are many variations of the Semekian legend.
What is it? Please, just make it stop. Make it stop. I'm scared.
It's all right.
Come on. Run like the wind. Time to fight. It can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you!
Allow me.
I don't need your... Please, Phil.
This won't take long.
Men.
You lose! A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havilah, are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard... But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached... It's a fucking Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan.
Before I agree to any... I'd have you answer one... What do you stand?
I won't deny that I might benefit, but I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always... I know. For so long. So many of it, when it should have been our decision all along. Now, but in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if...
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. You are, no. I'll never hear the end of it. All right. I'll start by ordering my most... Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if...
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only...
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the...
I'm flattered. And I have other problems to it. What we need is a skilled arbitrator.
Is that, sir? And would he happen to...
Of a different kind, but...
Beggars can't. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this.
I shall.
My lord Mark, your lord uncle bade me escort the...
And I will see that my associate joins.
Very good.
An envoy. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin.
Come on. Yeah! Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
Save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there. Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Fly, Ambrosia!
Quentin.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more. Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can...
And you'd have me give up what little I have left. The people of Lost Wing are my family. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what they want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves? If it's the vineyard, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you? That only we are worse? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced... Who's to say you couldn't convince the entire row?
A stirring... I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall...
So you'll join us? Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of curse-breakers.
That would be very much... I hear the roads are far from...
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Oh, no. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate.
At your service.
Please, just Sid.
Oh, cool. The sergeant says you'll be
To become a scout, yes.
I am. But I swore I'd face him.
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found no magic, no support, just one man, and it taught me what one man and I've been training ever since. So that one day...
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like...
So...
You haven't even started. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout. Eastwatch. And bring it here.
And bring it here, right.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost, and you'll need to assess the situation. Determine a point of entry, all without being discovered and thrown in...
Ember. Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential...
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made.
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me. Let's go.
Faster!
Quiet. Time to fight. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword! Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through...
All yours, Torgal! All yours, Torgal!
Gone. Of course. Back.
A fortress?
I didn't expect you back. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought He must have fled. He was just standing there, Didn't even draw his sword. He was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd...
I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but...
The right man for the job. I believe this is the logbook you tasked me.
Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving...
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting...
He has you then, as heir.
But Sid...
He did what he thought was best. And now I have to
Of course. Well, don't you leave my son...
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
And what can I do for you? An excellent choice. I doubt you'll get more than that in the capital. Thank you. I doubt you'll get more than that in the capital. Thank you. And a fine, fine day to you.
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the market.
I would speak with this Duke.
Saw the captain just now.
Your town needs you.